that's all about games. I am Dreamer, aka Dreamer Plays, and I am joined by my guy, my Macarocious Life. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, brother?
All right, all right. And we are chilling here today for episode 2 of the No Name Game Show. Quick question, man. Have you been able to play any games besides Grounded this?
So far this week, I've played Guild Wars 2. So got some World versus World in. Played it for a couple hours last night. It was something I was just trying to see if it's a game I want to cover, maybe stream. Still got some bugs in it, but it's good. Looks like it's heading in the right direction. So I had some fun. And besides that, I did play some Marvel Strike Force, some mobile game. Uh, Still enjoy playing that. It's been getting a little repetitive, but I still enjoy playing that. So it's a mobile game, so you can just log in, do what you got to do, log out, and that's it.
And Guild Wars is an MMO, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, man. You've always been heavy into MMOs.
Oh yeah.
Always. Ever since what was it? The first Elder Scroll. Like I
First,
remember when Elder Scrolls first came out, you were on that.
oh yeah, I loved
Heavy.
Elder Scrolls. Like that was
Heavy.
yeah. Those I was always into those games. I got put on those games with my cousin, because it's like, do you want the games that you beat it in 2 3 days, or do you want a game
Mm-hmm.
where you could just continuously grow?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that
That
always
epic
intrigued me, but
adventure.
right, that just never ends. It's not gonna end no
Uh,
time soon, and that's what I look forward to. So
all right, that's what's up, man. So lately, this past week, I got into playing some games on Stadia, which is Google's cloud service. I've been playing Guilt and I have been playing Little Nightmares. Both have been really, really fun. They are adventure type of. I always try to like add in that it's kind of survival, even if it's a horror game, because I like to say that I play mostly survival games. So I always try to
right.
like add survival. So like
I
even
mean, if it's horror, you got to survive, right? I mean,
right,
it's,
but check this out. I was playing I played Grid, which is this car racing game. I didn't like it. I played it for all of two, maybe like 20 minutes, and I said surviving the race.
right.
you know, I was just trying to tie into survival, but it was like it's not my type of game. But anyway, so yeah, I forgot that I had this Stadia account, and I was like, man, Stadia officially launched November of 2019, but not many people paid it attention. And in fact, there have been many people who have had some harsh critiques of the service. So at $10 per month, the question really is Stadia worth it?
Right.
And for me, it really depends on, well, for me, it really just depends, because I can only speak from my personal experience. And for me, there have been many times when Stadia has some serious latency issues and the games display pixelated. Now, if I wasn't streaming, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. However, because I'm streaming, momentary glitches, latency issues, server lags, that sort of thing, it'll cost you 1 to maybe 10 viewers that could leave and possibly never come back. And as streamers, our viewers are bread and butter, and you always want to present the best quality when you're giving them anything, you know?
Right.
Um, so Little Nightmares and Guilt are the two games that really caused me, or really is what excuse me, Little Nightmares and Guilt are the reason I decided to give Stadia a test run. But
Right.
I'm not sure if the service is something that I'll maintain in the long term. Because when Cyberpunk 2077, Watch Dogs Legions, or Elder Scrolls come out, Stadia is most likely going to want me to pay the full price, and that doesn't really make sense because cloud gaming should have everything for free, kind of like Netflix. You pay the monthly subscription and then you can watch everything for free. I highly doubt Netflix would be as popular if you paid the monthly subscription and then when the new freaking Will Smith, Tom Cruise, The
Right.
Rock movie, whatever
And they
comes
hit you
out,
with that premium
and
fee.
they hit you with a fee, and it's like, yeah, you already paid us for this monthly subscription, but for an extra 5.99 you can watch this new Rock movie.
Right.
I don't think they would be that popular.
Exactly.
So I think that's where Stadia is kind of slipping. So I feel like more cloud gaming needs to be free. All of the games should be free, because if you have a good internet connection, but you lack the hard drive space, it would be beneficial. However, for most of us, I just don't think it would make sense. So the question moving forward is, where does cloud gaming go from here? What do you think? Like,
So I think uh, it's a good idea. Like Stadia was a good idea. Like I think everyone was excited when they first announced it because it was like, okay, I can take my games anywhere I go. You know, social media is a big thing because you can take it anywhere you go, and you can always feel like you're part of a community, and you can always be heard, you can always be seen. So for gaming, now is that I could take the games I like to play at home with me on the go. So in concept, it's good, but now you got to look on the flip side is what is their competition, and their competition is Xbox Game Pass, which to me is the best cloud service you could get for gaming because they actually own their studios, and that's what Stadia is lacking. Who's making the games for you, or are you making the games yourself? If you're not making the games yourself, then you're going to hit people with these premiums because you have to buy the licensing to use the
yep, you
game,
gotta
to,
license it.
right, to
Yep.
distribute the game. So that's what Xbox Game Pass has avoided. They bought up multiple studios, and they've been able to say, "Hey, we make this, we put it on our service. You get this for the same standard fee. There is no premiums. There is no hidden fees. No hidden anything. It's just you pay this monthly. You can play all of our games." And I think that's what is hurting Stadia is because not only are you dealing with lag issues, which we can all get, every region is different, so you can have lag issues. But when you have lag issues, and then you also have I don't own this game issue, don't tell
Hmm.
me that I got to pay extra to play a game, and then I can't play it
Yep.
for latency issues, like because
Whenever I feel like it, that's the thing
exactly
too. Which is what you say, which is
right.
how you market
So
it.
I think they have to look at it. Well, what is our competition doing? And now that Xbox is rolling out their mobile plans, which is, hey, you can take this on the go with you and play it on the mobile device. I think that's what Stadia and all these other cloud services have to look at. It's like, all right, who's doing it the best, and then all right, where can we take it? I think too many times people just try to mimic others, and instead of mimicking them, you should try to see where can we take it. If that's what they're doing and they're having success with it, well, where can it go next? So I think this is that should be their approach. That should be everybody's approach that's trying to get into the cloud space, and that's the road to success, in my opinion.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here, especially with the new consoles coming out later in the year.
Right.
Um, it's probably going to be more of a big bank take little bank type of situation where you'll probably end up seeing the Xboxes and PlayStations of the world probably just squashing Stadia, and
Right.
Stadia just going away.
And
but
that's
but
unfortunate
then
because
again,
you
you
need
never know.
competition. You need competition
Yeah.
because that's how you keep pricing down. That's how you keep
Yep.
things more
And
competition
quality.
is
And
right.
quality.
Quality and is that's how you keep it in the gamer's favor because once it becomes just
Mm-hmm.
one company, prices will go up because
Yep.
the demand, well, the supply is going to be limited, so the prices are going to go up. So that's, you don't want
Yep.
that. You want competition. You want Microsoft to win. You want Sony to win. You want Google to win. You want Amazon, whoever is in the gaming space, you want them all to win. You want them all to get their slice of the pie so that you can get
Mhm.
quality and cost.
Exactly. Well, we will see. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Um, yeah, hopefully something new pops up with Stadia. I haven't heard any updates or anything, but the one thing we can say is it's only been 8 months, so we'll see. Maybe by the time they hit the 1 year mark, they'll have some updates and it'll be a lot better by
Right.
November of this year. So moving on, you have been looking into Marvel's Adventures, excuse me, Marvel's Avengers beta. What's been going on with that?
So that it released a week ago on PlayStation, and now it's on every platform. It's available for every platform. Um, it's a new action RPG style game. I would probably consider like a mix of Destiny and with but as like a third person Destiny game, but it's not a looter per se because they're trying to put story and they're trying to put more RPG aspects in it. So we'll see, I guess, what it truly is. But there are some issues right now with the beta, and the main issue is the combat mechanics. Now, this is a game that was in
Mm.
development for years, and it got put on hold, and then the pandemic happened, and you know, such and such.
Yeah. I mean, it looks great. Like the
Right.
details of the characters
The,
look
the the
great, but
details look amazing. The world is amazing, I would say so far. But the combat mechanics feel dated. They feel like it is something from a couple of years ago. It's not as fluid as it need to be. And now it is a beta, so maybe they're trying to hold back some of those
so question,
animations.
question, what is it? Is it kind of like a to feel more button mashy? Is that what you're seeing
It's
out there?
exactly, and that's what it
Like a
seems like. It's just
masher?
like mash the combos, like press the button
Mm,
at the right time to dodge. It's like that kind of stuff. And there is loot. You can upgrade your character, but you don't see it. You don't visibly see the upgrades on your character. Your character has the same skins unless you actually get a new skin, which you can unlock in the game or pay, through the in-game
right.
store. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, ne- that kind of takes away from it because like I want to see my guy look better.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And if you're not going to have that, then you're going to have to give me some cool animations and some amazing lighting and particle effects. Like if I
Mm-hmm.
hit someone, I want it like if I'm playing Hulk, put it this way, and I hit somebody, I want it to look impactful. Like hitting with Hulk shouldn't look the same as hitting with Black Widow. You know,
Right.
like it should be a completely and that's another thing. The sound effects are off. It just doesn't sound or look like a 2020 game. It looks like something
Mm.
from probably about 5 years ago. And there are some games from 5 years ago that look better. Like I actually a good comparison would be like if you played Batman Arkham series. If you played those games, that's what this game is in the mold of. But if you try to
Mm.
compare those games to this game, they look more progressive than this game does.
Right. So do you think the game might have just been a little bit too ambitious for what they were trying to do?
I think it was too ambitious in terms of I don't think it's ready. I
Right.
think the delays and the situation going around the world, I think they should have just shelved it. I think most games should have been shelved for this year in general, because a lot of stuff was being worked on remotely.
Yeah.
They're not, you're not in the office collaborating. Things are being missed. Like you can't ask a developer to be able to work from home and to get all the bugs out. And you can't ask
Right.
testers, to test for everything. So I think most of these big game releases probably should have been pushed back to early next year. But hopefully they're hiding the goods until release date. But recent history shows that that's not the case, and usually what you see in beta is what you get on launch date.
Hmm.
So
Well,
and
when
then
is oh, go for it.
yeah, I just want to throw this in there. The other issue that's plaguing the game right now is that Spider-Man, which is probably the biggest character, it is the biggest character for Marvel, will be locked to PlayStation users only.
Hmm.
So now you're asking people to buy the game on Xbox and PC and get a lesser experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like there's some things for it to overcome, and they just recently leaked 15 characters, upcoming characters, and I think they did that because of the Spider-Man backlash. So they're saying, hey, look, well, we got these other 15 characters coming, and that's cool and
Right.
all, but just know that you're still cutting me short on an experience if I don't get it for PlayStation. So
So when's the official release date? Like around when is it supposed to come out
September
officially?
4th is supposed to come out
Next
of 20.
month?
Yes.
Damn, there's a lot of issues for next month.
Yep. So, but again, maybe they're holding it back. Like maybe they're trying to just like
Yeah.
we're gonna give
Sheesh.
you guys like maybe this is really the alpha and not the beta. They're just calling it the beta. That's what I'm hoping for because I have high hopes for this game, but
Yeah.
you just never know. I did have high hopes for Anthem, and that was a big disappointment. So
Mhm.
it is possible, but keep hope alive.
Well, we'll have to see. We will keep you guys updated on, what's going on. Hopefully, that's not the case. And next month, you get a fully functioning, perfectly, uh, perfectly well, what's the word I'm looking for? Perfectly um
I guess what developed
developed
or
game.
yep.
Perfectly
There you go.
developed game. All right. Um, Unlike that one, a game that has actually been in development that is really, really good that we both actually like a lot has been Grounded. Um, Now in the background, you see a countdown. It'll be a few while. It'll be a little while before we get to the game, but it's been just over 2 weeks since the release of Obsidian's Grounded. It's still in the top five of the Stream Store, and it's being played by many. As the early access continues, the devs are carefully patching and updating the game. Previous patches saw fixes to larva spawn, um, a Burgle mosquito quest that couldn't be completed, and much more. In the most recent patch on August 12th, patch 0.12, a much needed fix to resources such as mushrooms and do not respawning was fixed, which Mike and I actually went through, and we ended up having to restart the game, but we'll get it. Now, in even more exciting news, is that on August 27th, there will be a major content update and development, a development live stream displaying the new content. Um, so, although nothing has officially been announced, there's much speculation. So, my question is, what do you guys think, and you, Mike, will be added to the game next Thursday?
Oh, I definitely want to see some underwater life. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the next place to go. I want that lab that is near. I guess that what's that? There's that lab
Anthead
that's
Cave?
locked, right near
By the
the
Anthead Cave? Yep.
exactly. Yep. So I'm hoping they open that up. Hoping we get more quests, and but definitely the underwater life. And that other zone that's like taped off.
Oh yeah,
Maybe they're gonna
that
open that
right.
up. There's that taped off
Hmm.
zone that's behind the rocks where we've built our new base on our new session. So that's what I'm actually looking forward to.
I'm definitely
Well,
looking
hoping
forward
for.
to.
Yeah.
I'm yeah, exactly. Hoping for. I'm definitely looking forward to slash hoping for some new insects. Because I have been saying for a while that even though this isn't an insect, I think they're gonna put snakes in the game. Like I just feel that they're going to put garden snakes in the game because they have these twigs that have mouths like this, or they're just shaped like this, and then they have this sap where the eye would be. And if you're just running around, it looks like a garden snake. I just feel that they're gonna put garden snakes in the game. I don't know how it would work, whether or not they would be the overall alpha predators, and that's what takes out the wolf spiders or whatever the case is. But I'm just looking forward to that. Maybe even some insect taming. Even though I've heard a few things that may not ever come to the game, but that would be really cool just because traversing the map is a little tedious. Um, One thing I definitely have been thinking about more is that for us when we're playing, Mike, like anytime we go to do a mission, let's for example we're about to go into the anthill, we
Right.
should just like start building lean-tos right out of the anthill and just make that the respawn just temporarily.
Right. Well,
That way once we
if you're
die we're
hunting,
right there.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I mean, like that would be the best way to go about it because, again, like the backyard is so big, and I mean, like literally, every time Mike and I would play before, when we were having spawning issues with like water not respawning, the mushrooms not respawning, it literally took us like an hour and a half to 2 hours before we were able to even complete the first of the three quests that we had, just because we had to traverse so much of the map just to get water, because water was all the way over here, juice was all the way over here, the
Right.
mushrooms are here. This is like everything is so sprawled out, which is dope. But I just think a way to traverse the map a little quicker would definitely help the game out a lot.
Yeah, I definitely
So
think that would be a big help. Maybe some more, still a little bit more. I guess I would say information. Like maybe
yeah,
some, maybe like add some tips on when you want that upgrade. What do you need to get that upgrade? Like, there's no skill tree. There's no progression tree. So you don't really get to see like, all right, I got to get this in order to get that. I think they need to add that to the game because at least then you'll
yeah,
have a purpose. You could say, all right, I
yeah,
got to do X, Y, and Z to get this. Okay, no problem. So that's
yeah.
what I'll look. That's what I'll do today. That's what I'll approach today. So I think that that's what's lacking. We need some sort of skill tree, some sort of like guide in terms of what do you need to get to the next level. Like
Right.
how do you get that reinforced floor? You know, well you need X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Oh, and the one thing that we always talked about or spoke about was developers' roadmap, which on the Grounded website they they mentioned that they are working on the roadmap, and I'm not sure if it'll be made available, the first part of it available next week Thursday, but it's definitely something that they realize that us as the players and the testers, whatever you want to call it, right now in early access, have been looking for and looking forward to. So hopefully we get that roadmap next week Thursday as well. I would
Yeah.
really like to see that.
Even though I'm kind of wary on roadmaps because a lot of people don't follow them. But
Yeah.
Obsidian is a good studio, so I got full
Uh,
faith in them. So it would be a shocker if they didn't follow through with something that they said they're going to do.
right. All right. So now we're just gonna dial it back into how we've been dealing with being streamers. It's been what, about 2 months now, I think.
Yep,
Has it
about
been
two
like,
months.
yeah, it's about going to two. Like, I mean, it flies, time flies, man. So far we have been streaming on multiple platforms. Some has pros, some have cons. We've had long conversations about pros and cons, and the different streaming softwares, and you know where where do you feel you're at as far as being a streamer? Do you feel like you're in your groove yet? You're still figuring stuff out. Like, where in the where do you feel like you're at in your streamer roadmap?
Well, to use a Star Wars reference, I still feel like I'm a Padawan. I have not reached Jedi status yet. Like I haven't created my lightsaber yet. Haven't been able to create a
Right.
lightsaber yet. So I'm not a Jedi. But I feel like I'm getting there. Even like during this, I messed up like my transition screen. You know, when I was talking about Marvel's Avengers, I was supposed to have that up, and I was late to transition to that. So I'm still learning. Um, but I'm enjoying it because I'm learning things that I never knew before. Because my background is IT, and that's a general thing, but it's mostly networking and hardware repairs and stuff like that. So this is more of a creative side, and like most IT guys stray away from creative. We try to be like, oh, we're not the creative guys. We're the give us the screwdriver, give us the cables, we'll put it together and make it work kind of guys, right? But we don't want to be creative unless it's part of like how we wire something. We might want that to look visually pleasing. But so this is a new arena for me, but I'm enjoying it because like most IT guys, we always enjoy that challenge. We don't ever want to feel like we can't learn or do something or figure out something. So it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna learn how to stream. I'm gonna learn how to engage with people. I'm gonna learn how to talk to people. I'm gonna do research, and so that's the fun part, and that's what I've been doing. So I'm still in the early stages. I'm still a Padawan, still learning, but I have collected my first kyber crystal, so I'm on my way to building my lightsaber. For those that are Star Wars fans out there, you'll know what I mean.
And everybody else, tough luck. Figure it out. Nah. But, no, man. But I totally understand where you are in the process. I feel like I'm in a similar place. It's like we're not there. You kind of you kind of almost are ready to start hitting a stride. Because
Right.
like I've since, as you know, I've since moved away from Twitch. I'm no longer streaming on Twitch. I'm just gonna focus on YouTube and Facebook. Um, and I mean, of course, it's different for each platform, but yeah, man. I mean, like I'm really enjoying the process, but I have to learn more because for YouTube you have to create thumbnails, whereas on Twitch you don't really have to do thumbnails like that.
Right.
You know, on YouTube it's all about like the analytics and discoverability. So you have to do a lot of the tags and the keywords, and write a description. Twitch is not really like that. So
Right.
it's like it's different for each platform because even after you finish streaming on YouTube, it still has a life of its
Right.
own
Like
in
that's when
terms
the
of the
actual work
discoverability.
begins. Again, like it's like, all
Yeah,
right, the
that's
next
when it
I gotta do
begins.
this job.
Yeah, but on Twitch, you just stream and it's done, and that's
Done.
it. Like
That's
you
it.
don't even have to touch it again. And primarily because nobody's gonna watch that video after, even like which is why, and part of the reason I don't know if it's the cause or the effect, but Twitch deletes videos depending on whether you're affiliate partner whatever between 14 excuse me and 60 days.
Right.
So I'm not sure if they do that because people don't watch or people don't watch because they delete it,
Right.
So that's why on Twitch it really doesn't matter. They don't really um they're not put to do thumbnails or tags and stuff. It's there. Trust me, it's there. But I don't think Twitch has the discoverability because if you think of yourself or myself or anybody else, you're not really searching on Twitch
Right.
like that. You just go into who you go to and that's it.
And
And
that's it. Right.
and that's it. So like if
And
whoever I'm
usually
looking
you
for
you
ain't on
found
there,
those
I'm not watching
people,
anybody.
right? And usually you found those people on a separate platform, and they just
Mm-hmm.
directed you to their Twitch. Because that's I didn't start
Exactly.
actually using Twitch or even going on Twitch until the people I followed on YouTube said,
Started
"Oh,
going.
this is
Yep.
yeah, this is my Twitch account," and I was like, "All right, well, I like your content, so I'll watch you over there too." And that's what's got me to even create a Twitch account. So, but yeah, I
Yeah.
stream to Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm just trying to keep engaging in as many audiences as I can, um, because it is different. Because every audience is different. Like Facebook, I feel like it's more of your family. It's more of people you've grown up with, and then it has the rest of the world. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Google, it's just the rest of the world, and people that have your interests. And then
Yeah.
Twitch is even a smaller, you know, group
It's
where
more
it's like,
niche. It's more
right,
niche.
it's more
Yeah.
like we just play this game like you do, and
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. So that's why I kind of like it because it's like, all right, I engage with these people this way, I engage with these people this way, and I engage with those people that way. So that's why I like streaming all three. Um, YouTube is definitely work after your stream, like you said. You definitely after you turn it off, you got to keep it going.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a lot of work afterwards, and I have to times I want to just hop on and stream, but I have to talk myself out of it because I'm like, I'm gonna have to do a thumbnail. I'm gonna have to do the tag. I can't just and then not do all the other stuff. And even though because like for example, like 3 o'clock this morning, I couldn't sleep and I was like, you know what, I might just stream. But then I was like, but then I'm gonna have to do the thumbnails and then I'm gonna have to do the tags and da 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 da. And then I already have a few other videos that I already have to do it for.
right.
So it's kind of like I don't want to change myself or the audience. So I just would rather take my time and do it right.
Right.
So but I mean, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely fun. I love it. I did a Facebook survey. I think it was last night where they were asking, what are you hoping to get out of this? And they had a few multiple choices, and then it was like other, and someone's like, I just want to put this into a part-time job. I can make this a full-time job, make money, da da da. And my response, I went to the other, and I was just kind of like, I've been playing games for a long time. My background is in television. There's so many people at home right now that have nothing to do. Now is the time for people who want to be creative or creators to really just start creating and putting stuff out there. This is the time for us to do what we do best. And if later on down the line it can mature into something that can bring money in, then great. But for right now, we just got to focus on creating quality and bringing something fresh and new to the table. And
Yep.
I hope that that's what we are doing, because that's what we're attempting to do, especially with things like the No Name Game Show. So hopefully you guys enjoy it and it's something that you love and you tune in to every single Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern, excuse me, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard,
6
6 p.m.
p.m.
Eastern
Eastern.
Time. All right, guys. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the No Name Game Show. Thank you for joining us. My name is Kareem, aka Dreamer, aka Dreamer Plays, joined with my guy, my my Macrocious Life. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Peace.
Thank y'all for joining. Latest.